Hi, this is Ronald Johnson, your life coach, mentor coach, and what I do is I help people that are tired of who they are and where they are in life.
And this is Gloria, your life coach. I help those who are feeling stuck, struggling with difficulties such as self doubt, inner judgment, lack of confidence, life transitions, and taking steps forward.
And welcome to Life's a Shuffle podcast. Now, you may wonder why it's called Life's a Shuffle, and the reason why we came up with this title is that life is really shuffling. It doesn't matter where you come from, your background, what age you are, you're shuffling multiple things in life. And the best thing to know in life is everybody faces your struggles and everybody faces what you're going through. But there's hope in learning something about that. So when our guests share their journey, the hope is you learn something in that journey so yourself can navigate the struggles you face, the low self-esteem, the self-confidence, and that's why we call podcast Life's a Shuffle.
And throughout this podcast, we share our personal overcoming stories, as well as our guests who shares their personal journey in overcoming their personal struggles. Life's a Shuffle podcast is here to connect like-minded individuals.
And thank you for listening to Life's a Shuffle podcast.
Hi, this is Gloria, your mindful coach, and welcome to another episode of Life's a Shuffle.
Hi, this is Ronald Johnson, your mindfulness coach, and welcome to another episode of Life's a Shuffle. And today we're going to change our name. It's going to be from Freestyle Thursday to just FreeStyle RAW. And that's a W. Exactly. So not W. Capital R, capital A, capital W, rawr. I feel like a tiger, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sitting out in my office right now, and being Northeast, it's snowing. And I shoveled like 5 inches of snow this morning. Being from California, you don't have a snow shovel. You have a shovel for your backyard if you have a backyard, but no shovel for snow. And I shoveled our driveway. I shoveled a private road. I was at it. I was like, man, this is great cardio this morning. So I was able to get out there and get that shoveling done. If it snows like this all the time, I'm going to be smart and buy one of those battery operated or gas operated, I guess, augers or snow shovels, whatever they call it, where it blows the snow around. I'll buy one of those because, trust me, having snow pants, a jacket, a beanie, I have my headlamp. I shot a video of that early before I hopped on the podcast. So you see, I'm still covered in snow. And it was a different opportunity. It got me a lot. What's good about that is that shoveling snow in a more suburban America has room for trees. So it's really good to see the deers. It's really good to see the houses and just connect with nature because there's a silence that snow has. I would not want to be in a big city trying to shovel snow because all slushy, gets muddy. Out here, it's still kind of fresh. You can almost eat if you want to. So that was a great experience for me. What about you, Lo? What's going on with you?
Well, we have rain, so it's raining here.
Oh, it is.
It's
Okay.
rainy season, yeah, and I don't know what's going on with the weather, but I've just been catching myself, like, sneezing a lot lately, and it's so crazy, it bothers me because, you have a mask on, you're wearing the mask, and then you feel the sneeze coming out, and it's like, "What do I do? Do I take out the mask and sneeze?" It's it's just been an experience, and I just laugh myself. Um I just sometimes I just have to let it out. So I'm thinking, God, is this allergies? What's going on? So yeah, I think it's that for me, I think it's that time of the year. And I just I don't know what's happening. I think my body's going through some changes too. I think it's this you talked about your manhood last time. I'm talking about my womanhood this time.
Okay, so let it out. I let mine out. I didn't hold back at all.
No, I think you know what? I'm self-diagnosing myself right now, but I did contacted my doctor about certain issues that I was, concerned about, which obviously it wasn't really much of a concern. I was just maybe I was overreacting, but sometimes it's like someone has suggested to me because I have a man doctor, right? And there's all these females I was talking to about, I think my body's going through changes, and it's what we call in women we call this perimenopausal. So in women and I think it starts late 30s to until you hit menopause, and that could be up to like 50 years old. So this is like a what we call like a roller coaster ride of our lives. It goes up and down, up and down. We don't know what's happening with our body. We don't know how we're feeling sometimes. We don't know why we're irritated today, and then the next minute we're feeling okay, and then later on we're feeling depressed, and then the next day, oh, I'm perfectly fine. It just changes, and there could be days where I'm feeling really ugly today. I'm not feeling myself. Then the next day could be I'm feeling myself today. I'm feeling good. It's just I'm
Like a
telling you,
jack.
you're hearing a lot of whining here because damn, it's been freaking crazy for me this past, I would say, a couple weeks or maybe like about a month now. I'm like, what the heck? And I'm just gonna say it out there. I don't care. I've been feeling constipated.
I would
What
say,
the fuck is that?
hold on, a jack of all trades, but a master of none. So you're mastering all these different trades. Sorry, jack of all these different trades, but you're mastering not one. I, you know, it's it. I gotta say this. I didn't up until some more information became known. So I don't take birth control, right? I'm a man, and I know women take birth control. So I didn't know, right? Which I did my research. I know sometimes it does, but I guess all depending on birth control you take too can secrete can either increase or decrease your estrogen levels. So that can throw your hormones off out of whack where your body doesn't produce any estrogen or produces too much. Next, you know, you're like, what's going on in my body? I'm having hot flashes. My hormones are up and down. I feel this way. I feel that way. You don't know. But now you're feeling constipated. So, I mean, what's going on?
I don't freaking know. And then I went through where I was just like, God, I'm losing hair. I'm losing so much hair, and it was driving me nuts. And then I'm thinking, oh my God, I have cancer. But overreacted on that note, on that side of that part of it. And I remember I emailed my doctor, and I love my doctor. He's just every time he hears stuff from me like this, he has a smile on his face or he'll laugh, right? Because he knows how I am. And we just kind of laugh about it. And he's just like, yeah, this is just nothing to be concerned about because I did a blood test and it could be so many things and a lot of things. And yeah, you know, when you talk about those birth control also, that has some of them, or well, it depends on what it is that you take. It has hormones also, so it can also help balance your hormones. But and then it's funny because then I have girlfriends who I talk to who we're all about pretty much the same age, and we go through this stage all the time. And it could be, I think we're all in the same cycle. So then, we start feeling it at the same time when we start talking. Oh my God, we're just like a hot mess. And I told my other friend who is a guy, and I remember he was saying, and he was laughing. He said, "I'm just so glad I'm not a female." I said, "Yeah, you don't want to." I was telling him, "You don't want to be around women when they're feeling this way because, boy, you're just not going to be good at all."
You know what? I think it's a learning experience. Um, I was reading this book called The Body's Belief with Bruce Tipton, I think the last name is. I could get that wrong, but it's Bruce's first name for sure. And I wonder how much of what you're going through has to do with your environment.
It could be a part of it too. It could be a part of the environment. It's a mixture of everything. Like my body could be going through changes, right? That I don't doubt that. Remember, I told you it's a second stage of puberty.
Hmm.
Right? So when you go through that stage, your body's going through a lot of changes. And then your environment also may have something to do to it or add on to, how you could be feeling that day or, the next day or whenever. I mean, I've just been so tired, like sometimes I'm like, God, I swear I had enough sleep. Why am I so tired? And then I find myself like I need, getting like coffee, and I want like really strong coffee because I want to be awake. But that coffee will only, last me for, I don't know, it's just for a minute. I have so much energy and then I just go down.
Ooh, that sucks. No, I had that. I was going through that kind of mess 2 weeks ago. I was like low energy. and like, my manhood had an issue, right? I don't know if it got needed a jump start or what, but low energy, didn't know what's going on, stomach's messed up, gotta go to the bathroom, what's happening? You're frustrated, you're upset. I sent my doctor like a long 2 paragraph, just venting about my frustrations, and I'm gonna do something different. And she just says, well, just be patient, it'll work out. And it worked out. And actually, I feel better now than I did when I first started the medication. After getting my diagnosis, I feel much better now. My energy is returning, and I have something to look forward to. And I think that's what really helped me, is that now I'm challenging myself of having commitments. So I'm looking forward to sticking to my commitment. Like I think I told you before our podcast about shooting a video every day for the next 7 days. And if I can do that, then I'm do for 23 days, it makes a total of 30 days. And I'm looking forward to that. And I don't know what it is. I just don't know. I ran all the tests. I did the physical test. I did the urine test. I did the ultrasound, my testicles. They can't explain the reason why. So, a doctor's job is to basically process elimination. Okay, we'll try X pill. If that works, great. If it doesn't, okay, we try something else. That's it. They
Yeah.
can't, unless it's something specific, like specific in case that you had a tumor in your testicles. Now we have to go for a biopsy to test something specific. But more or less, it's this. Okay, we think you might have this. Let's give these pills. Let's see how you feel. Let me know. Keep me updated, kind of thing. And that's where we stand. And my energy is returning. I'm back for a couple of weeks there. I wasn't even reading my book anymore at 4:30 in the morning. I stopped reading my book. Now I'm back doing it again. So I mean,
You weren't
and just
yourself for a moment.
I wasn't myself, and I was very, very frustrated. So I can only imagine what you're going through with all these different changes of highs and lows, and stomach's messed up. And did you take something or what?
You know what? What's bothering me the most? So everything else, I think I can handle. Like I'm okay, because I'm able to, just sit there, or I'm able to shift. And I know if I need to be alone and just watch TV by myself or whatever, I'm able to do that. I know that when I'm feeling down, I recognize it and I feel it. I'm not questioning myself like what's happening to me. But when it's like all at the same time, all at once, I'm like, damn, I hate this changes, right? Because I feel it. But the most part that really has been bothering me is the freaking constipation. It just doesn't feel normal for me. But so I'm trying, different stuff. And we were talking earlier about this. You're right. It could be the change in my diet. It could be maybe I'm stressed. It could be a lot of other stuff, and maybe my activities. I've slowed down a little bit. Maybe I don't know, but you know what? I did like something that made me kind of happy and put a light on me a little bit on Friday. Was I have one of my student, right? So I gave out in one of my classes. I gave out candies to my students. I had like little goodie bags with them, right, for them. And these kids, they know that Coach Gloria loves chocolates. I'm all about chocolates, right? And when so I got a lot of love, boxes of chocolates, and even got some what did they give me? I had a couple of kids that gave me those Girl Scout cookies.
Hmm.
And I was just like, "Oh my god, you guys
They
can't wait to
shrunk in
eat."
size now. I can tell you that.
They did. It's smaller. The box is a lot smaller, and I think the price is the same. But I was telling them, "Oh, I can't wait to eat this, right, and sit in my car." And one of the kids told me, and I told them, "But I need to cut down on my sugar. I have noticed too at the same time that I've been eating chocolates. Like I felt like an addict with all this like Valentine's chocolates that's being out there. I mean, I bought like a couple of bags of chocolates for the kids, and I had to go back to the store and buy before Friday because I finished it.
Damn.
So, well, I didn't finish all in one setting, but I bought it a few days before Friday, and then because it's in the car and in between classes, or sometimes I'm gonna go get food or something, or in while I'm driving home, I'm eating them. So next thing I know, oh my god, I finished the bag. So this kid, one of my students told me that, did you know chocolate's good for you? It helps with your emotions.
That's what Dr. Pat said. Chocolate is good for women. I don't know how much chocolate.
Yes. No, I know. It doesn't say how much chocolate, but I was like, You know what? You're right. I remember, I heard about that too, and I wasn't like I totally forgot about that, but he goes, "Look it up. Look it up." So, him and I was next to him and I Googled it up um and I was reading it to him. I said, "You're right." And I think that's why I told him that makes a lot of sense. I think to make myself feel better and why sometimes I feel better, I shove chocolates in my mouth.
It releases a lot of dopamine, so it's a feel good
Yeah,
mood.
but I'm so happy. Like, you should see me when I'm eating this chocolate. I'm, like, savoring it. I feel like I'm in heaven. It's melting in my mouth.
You should put a picture on social media
I
because
am, actually. After what he told me, I said, "I'm gonna have to." I told him, "You just gave me a great idea." And he's like, "What is it?" And I told him, "I'm gonna be posting something with, about chocolates on this." Because, some people, they don't know that. Some people are saying, "You shouldn't be eating too much of that," because, yeah, I'm sure there's a limit of how much you should really eat a day, and I don't set limits for myself because, you know what? I don't care if it makes me feel good, it makes me feel good.
that's what it does. It's giving that natural high. I mean, I eat chocolate one after the other. It's like me. I'm thinking about warm chocolate chip cookies. I mean, I'm not talking about store bought, the crappy. I'm talking about homemade from a bakery shop. Chocolate chip cookies fresh out the oven. Man, I can just kill those. I can kill the whole platter or the dozen, whatever it's called. I can just kill it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes you it just gives you a happy feeling, and that's what, and I'm thinking, why wasn't I thinking about that before? That makes a lot of sense.
So that's the whole idea is, you know what you're saying right now, after you ate your chocolate, you feel so much better. So for those out there, if it's something that's not dangerous and something that promotes health and increases your dopamine, have at it. Like my RC car, I'm telling you, I mean, look at this sucker every day. I mean, it's increasing my dopamine. I want it, I want it, I want it, just with the proper planning. So we got to think about now. That's the whole idea about instead of raw, how to release that dopamine. So find out what makes you happy, find out what's safe, find out what's good, release that dopamine, get some pleasure, get some feel good. I mean, if it's eat some chocolate, if it's RC cars, if it's going on hiking, if it's talking to your friends, it's grabbing a drink of your favorite scotch or whiskey or wine. I'm thinking right now in Washington, it's snowing outside, it's cold. I'm just going to open a bottle of wine, just put my feet up and watch Netflix and just chill. And by the way, there's a new, if you have HBO Max, if you have AT&T, those out there, including you, Gloria, and if you have AT&T, download HBO Max. They have a new movie released called Judas. It was interesting last night. It's something I wasn't aware of. It's a documentary, kind of, true events, I'd say. Watch that with a glass of wine, or in your case, watch it with some chocolate. So I want to say thanks to you guys for listening to another Life's a Shuffle episode, Raw. And thanks, Gloria. I hope you feel better. I hope you find out what's going on. See your doctor.
Thanks. I will, and, yeah, and that's it, and you know what? And again, thank you to all listeners for allowing us to share our stories and even just, our day to day and our week. Um, yeah, thank you, and thank you for, listening to another episode of, Life's a Shuffle.
And don't forget those out there, www.lifesashuffle.com. You can send us an email and be a special guest. Don't forget to follow our Facebook group called Life's a Shuffle. All right, stay tuned. See you guys soon. Leave a comment because if you leave a comment, I will share and I'll answer your question on air, on live. Again, thanks for listening to another episode of Life's a Shuffle.